Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So we're back here again at the 26th Avenue, Matchless Gifts with Srila Prabhupada. And it's just so delightful to be here and read. And so much magic is happening here. We're making some deep impressions in this room, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so it's wonderful. Okay, so where are we at and what are we doing?
Canto 4, Chapter 12, Text 48.
And we'll probably, well, maybe not.
No, we're nearly to the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Text 48. The great sage Maitreya recommended one should chant of the character and activities of Dhruv Maharaj both in the morning and in the evening with great attention and care in a society of brahmanas or other twice-born persons. Purport. It is said that only in the association of devotees can one understand the importance of the character and pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead or his devotees. In this verse it is especially recommended that Dhruva Maharaj's character be discussed in a society of the twice-born, which refers to the qualified brahmanas, kshatriyas and vaishyas. One should especially seek the society of brahmanas who are elevated to the position of Vaishnavas. Thus, discussion of Srimad Bhagavatam, which describes the character and pastimes of devotees and the Lord, is very quickly effective. The International Society for Krishna Consciousness has been organized for this purpose. In every center of this society, not only in the morning, evening or noon, but practically 24 hours a day, there is continuous devotional service going on. Anyone who comes in contact with the society automatically becomes a devotee. We have actual experience that many karmis and others come to the society and find a very pleasing and peaceful atmosphere in the temples of ISKCON. In this verse, the word Dvijanmanam means of the twice born. Anyone can join the International Society for Krishna Consciousness and be initiated to become twice born. As recommended by Sanatana Goswami, by the process of initiation and authorized training, any man can become twice born. The first birth is made possible by the parents, and the second birth is made possible by the spiritual master, spiritual father, and Vedic knowledge. Unless one is twice born, one cannot understand the transcendental characteristics of the Lord and his devotees. Study of the Vedas is therefore forbidden for Shudras. Simply by academic qualifications, the Shudra cannot understand the transcendental science. At the present moment, throughout the entire world, the educational system is geared towards Shudras.
Geared to produce Shudras.
A big technologist is no more than a big Shudra. Kalo Shudra Sambhava. In the age of Kali, everyone is a Shudra. Because the whole population of the world consists only of Shudras, there is a decline of spiritual knowledge and people are unhappy. The Krishna consciousness movement has been started especially to create qualified brahmanas to broadcast spiritual knowledge all over the world, for thus people may become very happy. Nice pop. Nice conclusion. That's the essence Prabhupada is saying of the Hare Krishna movement, simply to make people happy, not to be underestimated, the importance of being happy, isn't it? Everyone trying to be happy, everyone coming to America to live some so-called American dream to be happy.
Yeah, Srila Prabhupada covers a lot of very powerful points here. I think it's a very significant purport. And basically everyone should be seeking the society of devotees, community of devotees, association of devotees. This is how we make spiritual progress in the Sangha of Vaishnavas. This is how our faith is enhanced and increased. So this is very, very powerful and important. Prabhupada then points out that anybody can join our society. It's open to everyone. And he also points out the importance of being twice born. So in this instance, although generally we consider dvija or twice born to mean Brahmin initiation, Brahminical initiation, but here Prabhupada is saying first birth is by the parents, second birth is made possible by the spiritual father and Vedic knowledge. So that was an interesting statement, I thought. But it also means that not necessarily Brahmin initiation or Brahmin Diksha, but by first initiation, by Diksha, by Nam Diksha, this is second birth. So when you take initiation and you're given a new name and you're kind of, I guess this might be where the Christians get it from, born again, the idea of being born again. It's like a second birth. Baptism is like a second birthing in one sense. So like that, I think that's really important. And then of course Prabhupada's potent and powerful assertion that the world is predominantly Shudras. That's not his assertion, that's Shastric. He quotes Kalau Shudra Sambhava, that in age of Kali everyone is considered a Sudra, lower than Shudras. And he says, a big technologist is just simply a big Shudra. So in the modern day, as we know, so much of our world is run on technology. And Prabhupada makes it very clear, that's just Shudra stuff, that's not actually Brahminical. And because, as you were mentioning about being happy, because there's a lack of Brahmins, a lack of those who are propagating spiritual life, people just aren't happy. You can only be happy when you connect with your higher self, with your spiritual self, and connect that spiritual self with Krishna.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Purport to the purport. To the
well, as what we're doing here.
Prabhupada's like, alright.
I'm Brahmin. Okay. Are you happy with that, Prabhupada? Was that alright? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Purport to the as it is purport.
Okay. Text 49 and 50. Persons who have completely taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord should recite this narration of Dhruva Maharaj without taking remuneration. Please don't remunerate with us. Specifically, recitation is recommended on the full moon or dark moon night. I have to check. Ekadasi is coming up soon, right? On the day of Ekadasi, on the appearance of the Shravan star, at the end of a particular titi, or the occasion of Vyatipata, at the end of the month, or on Sunday. Such recitation should, of course, be performed before a favorable audience. That's you. And whenever you read, I gotta say, I'm sorry, it's auspicious any time to read Bhagavatam.
Don't just wait for Sunday.
Yeah, when recitation is performed this way without professional motive, the reciter and the audience become perfect. Well, our only motive, I have to be honest, is to read Bhagavatam and share it with others and encourage people to read Bhagavatam. We like to read, we like to share, and if you're in the same space, then we're all becoming perfect together. Purport. Professional reciters may ask money to extinguish the blazing fire within their bellies, but they cannot make any spiritual improvement or become perfect. It is therefore strictly forbidden to recite Srimad Bhagavatam as a profession to earn a livelihood. Only one who is completely surrendered at the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, depending fully on Him for personal maintenance or even for maintenance of his family, can attain perfection by recitation of Srimad Bhagavatam, which is full of narrations of the pastimes of the Lord and His devotees. The process can be summarized as follows. The audience must be faithfully receptive to the Bhagavat message, and the reciters should completely depend on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bhagavat recitation must not be a business. If done in the right way, not only does the reciter not only does the reciter achieve perfect satisfaction, but the Lord also is very satisfied with the reciter and the audience, and thus both are liberated from the material bondage simply by the process of hearing. Well, there you go. So I think we just pray that we're doing this in the right manner and right mood, and therefore everyone is actually
liberated,
benefited in some way. Liberated. Yes. Hare Krishna.
Text 51. The narration of Dhruv Maharaj's sublime knowledge for the attainment of immortality. Persons unaware of the absolute truth can be led to the path of truth. Those who are out of transcendental kindness take on the responsibility of becoming master protectors of the poor living entities, automatically gain the interest and blessings of the Lord.
Of the demigods.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Slight difference.
I've got a different book. Right, purport. Jnanam Ajnanam.
No, Jnanam
I'm
Ajnata.
not lying, man. I need to change my lenses. They're monthlies. They're due to be changed. Okay. Means knowledge which is unknown almost throughout the entire world. No one knows actually what is the absolute truth. Materialists are very proud of their advancement in education, in philosophical speculation, and in scientific knowledge, but no one actually knows what the absolute truth is. The great sage Maitreya therefore recommends that to enlighten people about the absolute truth, tattva, devotees should preach the teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam throughout the entire world. Srila Vyasadeva especially compiled this great literature of scientific knowledge because people are completely unaware of the absolute truth. In the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, it is said that Vyasadeva, the learned sage, compiled this great Bhagavad Purana just to stop the ignorance of the mass of people. Because people do not know the absolute truth, this Srimad Bhagavatam was specifically compiled by Vyasadeva under the instruction of Narada. Generally, even though people are interested in understanding the truth, they take to speculation and reach at most the conception of impersonal Brahman. But very few men actually know the personality of Godhead, except for us, because of Prabhupada. It's alarmed. No, Sahaja. No, it's true though. Prabhupada here is talking about how people even translate the Bhagavatam and other, scriptures and speak on it and that, but people don't quite touch the tip of the iceberg of the personal form of the Lord, kind of miss the point. But I mean, any old Joe Schmo and druggie and hippie and all that, they get to know actually like some seriously high Vedanta philosophy from day one because of Prabhupada. I mean, we hand these books out on the street, for heaven's sakes, and people doing austerities, and guy like Dhruv Maharaj going in the forest and doing this, that, the other. And Prabhupada just like, in a nice, palatable way, he's given this knowledge, and it's just like, that's why Saraswati, little baby Saraswati, Malati, Mataji and Shamsundar Prabhu's daughter, her realization was Krishna is God. Jeez, and she was convinced enough to go around telling everyone to her.
Who is Krishna?
Right.
Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Anyway, it's pretty far out. When I read all this stuff, I just keep thinking of, especially I think because we're here and it's kind of, and you think, yeah, but it's because of you, Prabhupada, all these benedictions, Yeah. We ain't getting these benedictions otherwise.
Manushanam sahasreshu kaschid yattadi siddhaye yatitam api siddhanam. What is it? Yeah, Manushanam sahasreshu kaschid yattadi siddhaye. Oh, yeah. Yatitam api siddhanam. kaschin mam viditattvataha, something like that. But it says that out of many millions of men, hardly one aspires for perfection. And out of those who achieve perfection, Krishna says, hardly one knows me in truth. But Jamakarma Chame Divyam, one who knows him, that person goes back to the spiritual world. Never comes back again. Jayam. Okay, so we're so close, we're going to have to try to finish today.
We will if we just...
Recitation of Srimad Bhagavatam is specifically meant to enlighten people about the absolute truth, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Although there is no fundamental difference between impersonal Brahman, localized Paramatma, and the Supreme Person, factual immortality cannot be obtained unless and until one attains the stage of associating with the Supreme Person. Devotional service which leads to the association of the Supreme Lord is actual immortality. Powerful. Pure devotees, out of compassion for the fallen souls, are kripalu, very kind to people in general. They distribute this Bhagavat knowledge all over the world. A kind-hearted devotee is called Dinanath, protector of the poor, ignorant mass of people. Lord Krishna is also known as Dinanath or Dinabandhu, the master or actual friend of the poor living entities. And his pure devotee also takes the same position of Dinanath. The Dinanaths, or devotees of Lord Krishna who preach the path of devotional service, become the favorites of the demigods. Interesting. Generally, people are interested in worshipping the demigods, especially Lord Shiva, in order to obtain material benefits. But a pure devotee who engages in preaching the principles of devotional service as prescribed in the Srimad Bhagavatam does not need to separately worship the demigods. The demigods are automatically pleased with him and offer all blessings within their capacity. Well, there you go. Best way to worship the demigods is serve Krishna. As by watering the root of the tree, the leaves, the branches are automatically watered. So, by executing pure devotional service to the Lord, the branches, twigs, and leaves of the Lord, known as demigods, are automatically pleased with the devotee, and they offer all benedictions. So basically, by focusing our devotional service on Krishna, everything happens. Everything comes of that. It's just all auspicious, basically, in short.
All right, text 52, a final verse.
Drum roll, please.
The transcendental activities of Dhruva Maharaj are well known all over the world, and they are very pure. In childhood, Dhruva Maharaj rejected all kinds of toys and playthings, left the protection of his mother, and seriously took shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu. My dear Vidura, I therefore conclude this narration, for I have described to you all its details.
Haribo.
Purport. It is said by Chanakya Pandit that life is certainly short for everyone, but if one acts properly, his reputation will remain for a generation. As the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is everlastingly famous, so the reputation of Lord Krishna's devotee is also everlasting. Therefore, in describing Dhruva Maharaj's activities, two specific words have been used. Vikyata, very famous, and Vishuddha, transcendental. Dhruva Maharaj is leaving home at a tender age and taking shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the forest is a unique example in this world.
Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 4th canto, 12th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Dhruva Maharaj Goes Back to Godhead. Haribo.
Wonderful. Very, very nice. So many lessons. It's funny because, like we say, when you read Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita and that, it's like layers of an onion. We don't eat onions, but, There's so many layers because you think, I don't remember that. So like, I'll be honest, Dhruva Maharaj's pastime is good. I mean, it's very good. But it's interesting, like having read it again, I'm seeing even more deeper layers and lessons and stuff, and it's very instructive, you know, very, very instructive. In fact, we're giving a talk on Dhruva, part of this pastime, on Sunday at the Bhakti Centre.
Yeah, but it will have passed by the time this goes out.
But what I will do is put a link to the talk if I feel brave enough to put a link of myself. Because they have a YouTube channel, by the way.
Yeah, so you should definitely link it up.
Actually, I'll just put the YouTube channel link and you can go and see it.
Yeah, but we might put it out in advance, just so.
Alright. I'll put the link to the YouTube channel on the description of this reading.
Well, you should put it on previous
Because
reading that's going out tomorrow.
Won't make any sense, will it? Cause they
Yeah, it will. Just saying with the link that we're giving a talk, here's a link. Anyway, Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for joining us for this amazing pastime of Dhruva Maharaj. And it's so exciting. I mean, it's exciting when you're reading the chapters. It's exciting to start a new chapter. It's exciting to finish a chapter, finish a canto, start a new canto, be in the middle of a canto. Sugar cane, wherever you bite it, it's sweet. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Okay.
Anything else?
Thank you everyone for watching.
Hari Hari.